Buyer's remorse. Unfortunately, buyer's remorse has increasingly become a larger problem for people moving to Idaho. So in today's video, we are going to outline how you can avoid buyer's remorse when you're making that decision to pack up and come call Idaho home. We will cover 5 steps you can take so you can avoid feeling some major regret after finding what you initially thought was the perfect home here in Idaho. And then after moving in, finding that, yikes, you made a bad choice. Maybe the neighborhood isn't quite what you thought, or the home itself just isn't quite the right fit. Whatever it may be, we just don't want you to find yourself in that situation, and we know that you certainly don't want to either. Okay, so let's break these down right now. Number 1, when it comes to buying a home here in Idaho, take a beat to reevaluate your motivating factors. All you have to do is look back to 2020 to 2022 to find some home buyers who are now struggling with some serious buyer's remorse. And so often, the root of the remorse they're feeling can be attributed to the incredibly competitive and fast-paced market conditions that existed back when they bought. Back during the pandemic, well, our market pretty much just went
bananas.
I mean, absolutely bonkers.
We had incredibly shortened timelines and many multi-offer and above asking situations. And so, both fueling and fueled by that situation, many people found themselves jumping just too quickly, offering incentives and prices that they just didn't fully think through. As such, some people now look back and grimace over how impulsively and sometimes just flat out aggressively they threw out their offers, which ultimately, even if they quote unquote won the house, well, it might not have been in their own best interest in the long run. And hey, we get it. We were there through it all too, and we understand.
Sorry, I'm competitive.
And heck, if you are currently a buyer in today's market and you require financing, which heck is the majority of buyers, well then you are probably not feeling too overly sympathetic for people who bought back during that time. Because yeah, rates were at historic lows. But hey, the pressure they were under due to the frenzied market conditions and just the flat out pretty, wacko environment, it was pretty much nuts. So I guess you should probably, or we should all try to have a little bit of empathy toward them too. The bottom line here is that regardless of the market conditions, try to also be sure you are taking a step back to remember your true key motivating factors and what you really want or need when it comes to both your future home and then also to the unique Idaho lifestyle that you are looking for. Sometimes in all the hoopla that goes into buying a home, those key but oh so important things are missed. And when they are, it just never ends well. So please do yourself a favor and remember to just breathe and regroup with your initial and core motivating factors. Number 2, before moving to Idaho, please come visit us. You might absolutely love what you find because
everyone loves it.
Yeah, everyone loves it.
I know.
Right, exactly.
Yes. It's
But then again, if you move here sight unseen, well, you could find yourself thinking,
where the hell am I?
so yes, come visit us. And bonus points if you can come during one of the, well, just not so ideal times of year for us here in the Potato State. And yep, I'm looking at you, January and February. So that time of year, just after the holidays are all packed away and done with, when we're dealing with inversions and slushy weather and just the overall vibe and just everything is kind of meh. If you come to visit during that little window of time and still find yourself interested in living in Idaho, well then chances are, once the weather perks up and Idaho again becomes the wonderful place it is for the vast majority of the year, well then I think you will be just fine. Or actually, hopefully better than fine. Am I the only one who hears the word fine as in I'm fine or it's fine and immediately thinks that it sounds like it's not fine at all. It's almost like a passive-aggressive way of saying, yeah, things aren't good. Anyhow, maybe that's just me. But anyhow, I think that if you can like Idaho between January and February, then you will likely find that you love living in Idaho the rest of the year. Number 3, double or rather triple check your budget. Just flat out, do not buy a home that's outside of your budget.
Just don't do it.
fun.
So what is the best way to do this? Step number 1 is to be sure you have a grasp on your personal finances and your preferred lifestyle. If say dining out is a huge part of your life and really something that improves your overall quality of life, well then stretching your budget to buy a home with an insanely gorgeous gourmet kitchen, but one that is rarely if ever going to be used, well yeah, that's probably not going to be in your best interest. So just take some time, and that's even before you reach out to a lender, to figure out what your personal and preferred lifestyle really means financially. Not the most fun or sexiest part of the home buying process, I know.
But it is important.
And then second, once you have your head wrapped around that, connect with an experienced, detail-oriented, and trustworthy local lender who can help you pinpoint a price point and just a price range that will comfortably fit your lifestyle. My team and I have just a great network of local lenders here in the Treasure Valley. We really don't know what we would do with them or what our clients would do without them. Just like I always say, real estate is personal. And yeah, your finances certainly are personal too. So be sure you work with a great local lender who will really listen to you and will really ultimately care about your future opposed to just caring about that loan amount. Because, well, unfortunately, just like all industries, there are people out there who work in both lending and unfortunately real estate too, who really only care about that dollar amount.
All they care about is profits.
Thankfully, here in Idaho, we have a network of fantastic lenders who we would be more than happy to connect you with. Okay, number 4, do not buy a home that does not check most, if not all, of your must-have boxes. Now, this one is subjective and will vary based on your personal situation. Just straight out, empty nesters and or baby boomers who've owned 3+ homes prior to moving to Idaho, for you, your must-haves and must-not-haves lists are probably pretty dialed, and your price point is probably higher than, say, a first-time home buyer with student loans. So you just flat out have more wiggle room.
Where's she going with this?
Just straight out, take a step back and really reevaluate what you really want and you really need. Top of mind, take some time to really consider the home's neighborhood and location. How long will your commute to work be? Or is there a railroad nearby with a train that plows through the town twice a day and that's just gonna make you wanna rip your hair out? Or maybe is living in a neighborhood with 5 community pools, tennis and pickleball courts, and really just all the bells and whistles, is that gonna be just awesome for you? Or are you going to find yourself rolling your eyes every few months when you have to pay a quarterly HOA bill that is largely paying off the amenities that you never use? All of those kinds of questions are important. While you can physically remodel your house, you cannot single-handedly remodel the location and neighborhood that your home is located in. So do yourself a favor and really spend some time thinking about what calling a specific home and a neighborhood is going to be like. Now, number 5, and you knew this one was coming, be sure you find yourself a great agent. Or better yet, a small dedicated team of agents that you know, like, and trust. Having a dedicated team who you know will listen and help you find a home that will work for you is invaluable. And while it probably sounds self-serving because yes, I am a real estate agent, it is really so important. I cannot tell you how many people we have now met who worked with other subpar agents when they first moved here and they just didn't do things correctly for them. On the plus side, after moving here, they found us and now they intend to work with us going forward. But it's unfortunate that their first experience just wasn't what it should have been.
I wish we'd met earlier.
So, 2 key flags to really look out for. First, if your agent has commission breath, i.e. if they are practically forcing you to sign a rep agreement from the moment they meet you, red flag. Or if they tell you repeatedly to go visit open houses on your own rather than be willing to go with you or schedule independent and private showings for you, but then always also throw out that, but let me know if and when you're ready to put in that offer.
Oh boy, another red flag.
Now, don't get me wrong, we have certainly had clients who love going to open houses independently and then want to discuss their likes and dislikes with us after the fact. And we get that entirely. And actually, that was very much my husband and our style back when we first bought our home over 15 years ago. And it worked great for us. It was also before we were both in real estate. But thankfully at the time, our agent was fantastic. She really took the time to understand us and she understood our needs and our wants and she just really cared. She was there whenever we needed to talk something through or wanted to get a second or even third look at a home. So yeah, just trust me on this one. Seeing as purchasing a home is one, if not the biggest purchase and transaction you will ever make and have in your life, you deserve to work with a killer agent who will be dedicated to helping you achieve your goals. Thankfully, there are a number of truly fantastic agents across the valley, so make sure you are working with one of them. And I love that I can confidently say that my team is among them.
Not to toot our own horns.
Toot! Okay, so there you have it. 5 key steps you can take to make sure that you do not find yourself struggling with a horrible case of buyer's remorse after moving to Idaho. If this is your first time visiting our channel and you're looking to learn everything there is about both Boise and and all the surrounding towns that really make the Treasure Valley the place it is, you've come to the right place. My team and I put together videos every single week featuring tours throughout the valley, pros and cons videos, jog vlogs, local market updates. We really cover it all. So to be sure you don't miss out on any of those, please take a quick second to just hit that little subscribe button. And then if you have any questions about what living in Idaho is really like, please don't hesitate to reach out. Me and my very down-to-earth and low-pressure team are here and ready to help you explore. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.